What is good, Rampage Army? Welcome back to another streaming tips video. And today, since it is May 4th, May the 4th be with you, we are going to look at settings for OBS as well as settings for Jedi Survivor. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, basically. You know, the game that dropped, the biggest game of the year so far, that dropped a few days ago. And basically this video is more driven towards those that have a 3070 or 3070 Ti NVIDIA graphics card, like I do. So basically I'm going to show you my settings that I'm running the game at, as well as my OBS settings if you want to stream this game, because as you know, Star Wars Jedi Survivor has not had the best of launches. The game is completely broken. It was poorly optimized on day one, but there was a new update that released, and with that new update, the game is more playable now. So sit back, relax, and let's get into the settings. Okay, so first of all, I would assume that you have done the game update and you've updated your NVIDIA GPU drivers for your 3070 or your 3070 Ti. Now, just a disclaimer, these are my settings, and based on my PC, everybody else's PC could run it differently. It's, you know, as PCs are very weird, not all PCs run the same. You could have a different CPU, you could have a different amount of RAM, or so forth. So my current system specs that I have, I'll leave it on the screen here so you guys can see what specs I'm running. As you know, I'm running the 3070 Ti. Just another thing I need to note is that currently at the moment, OBS is not allowing for the game capture screen to show, so I am recording from the display capture. Now, because it's display capture, I'm a bit worried it's not going to show the true, it's going to hinder the performance a bit, because game capture is better than display capture, but unfortunately that's all I can do right now. So the frames will be lower, but I have run tests on this before. I think, I don't know, since the update, the game won't hook into the game capture scene thing on OBS. I'm not sure what's the issue there, but let's get on with it. Okay, so these are my settings. Now I'm playing at 1440p native resolution, right? I have it in full screen mode. My graphics quality is all set on high, right? I've got the widest field of view. My VSync is on. Very importantly, because the 3070 and the 3070 Ti are only 8GB VRAM cards, I highly recommend that you do not use ray tracing unless you're going to run low settings, low texture qualities, and then run ray tracing. But I mean, that's going to look pretty bad. Then AMD Fidelity FX Super Resolution 2. I've got to set on quality. I feel like quality is the best. You can set it on balance if you want probably more FPS, but I've set it to quality. I've put HDR off, but I'll put it on in the thing. I've got motion blur off and I've got film grain off. It just makes the game look too grainy in my opinion. So that is my settings, right? I mean, from any game that you see, the settings, the visual settings, the GPU settings is this, I'm gonna say it's this simplistic and plain. Then you should know that the game is fully optimized. I'm sorry. With that being said, let's continue. Now my game capture will capture from the second planet that you're on, Kobo. So that is where I currently am. So let's see. I know that the display capture is going to hinder the performance a bit. Okay, here we are. Okay, so as you can see, I'm running between currently above 50 to 60 FPS.
Not a bad change of scenery.
Okay, there's a cutscene here.
Yeah. Look at that.
Okay, let me just skip this.
Hey, quite the view, ain't it?
I want to spoil the game for people who haven't played the game yet. Now, the game did update, but the game is not yet completely fixed. It's it's in a better state than it was when it released, especially on NVIDIA GPUs. So just bear that in mind. It's not completely fixed. There will still be areas where there are drastic dips in frames and things like that, but it has improved drastically. So as you can see, we're running a smooth above 50 FPS, and I think that is playable compared to how I was struggling in my first 2 streams that I did on this game on my YouTube channel. By the way, I do live streaming on my YouTube channel, Rampage ARMY Entertainment. Be sure to check it out, hit the subscribe button, and toggle the notification bell so you know when I go live. So yeah, I was struggling with my first 2 streams on this game. Ooh, look how the frames are dropping again. Ooh, I'm playing at 14 frames. People say, God, like... Oh! Oh, you deserve that. There was moments that it ran smoothly. There were moments it was dropping frames drastically. But then I changed my settings. I played around with the settings, and I've found the perfect settings for I mean my hardware at least. Okay, let's go here. Okay, let's see. You see, it's not going below 50. For me, anything that's not going below 50 is good. Okay, there we're dropping below 50. I spoke too soon. How dare you?
Good job, BD.
Okay, now I will tell you this. I think it's because I'm running display capture and I'm running OBS with a webcam on that I'm running below 60 FPS. But believe me, if I'm not running OBS and recording, I'm running 60 solid FPS. The lowest it drops to is like 58. But I mean, that's not bad. It could do better. Okay, let's play around more here. Let's see if I put this just on wider. I set this to balanced. Let's see now. Okay, let me just take effect quickly. Well, it seems like we've dropped further. Okay, now we're hitting over 60 FPS. We're going almost to 70. I mean, that's not bad. We're still on high quality preset, but we're now on balanced. Oh, totally that thing, maybe that thing actually. Holy shit! I think gave me a fright there. I'm not gonna lie. I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that. Oh, another one. Man, I hate these things. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Let's see if we go to a more... I think obviously as you go into more... Okay. The textures look okay. I mean, it's playable. It's not that bad, really. I think it's not the best, but it's not bad. It's still playable, and I mean we are running OBS as well. We're recording this video currently with that. Let's see if we go to Epic. Epic with balanced on. Okay, now we're running about in the 50s, but you see, there we're dropping. There we're dropping into 40s. There we're dropping into 40s. I see we are going to the 30s now. Yeah, I see we're dropping into the 30s now. That to me is not that to me is not playable. I'm sorry, but 30 FPS is not playable. Anything above 30 for me is better. Let's see, we put this on quality. It's going to be even worse. Oh, you see? Oh, we got. Let's see. Nope. Nope. No. Now, probably if you're playing this game at 1080p, epic settings, or if you do high settings, you could probably do ray tracing at 1080p high settings with ray tracing on. I think you still get decent frames while still streaming. But yeah, for me now at the moment is high, keeping everything on high with AMD Fidelity FX set to quality. If only this game had DLSS capabilities, I think our experience would be much better. Let's put HDR on. Okay, what are we looking at now? I think between balanced and quality is the best. The problem is the 3070 and 3070 Ti, the 8 GB of VRAM is just not good anymore. It's just not holding up with new gaming such as this game. But I think that's the best settings. Obviously, once game capture actually OBS hooks into the game capture, you'll have better performance. And if you're not planning to stream the game, you should see a solid 60 FPS on these settings at 1440p native. But like I said, if you go to 1080p high settings, you could try ray tracing and see how that works for you. Okay, now that we have the game settings out of the way for your 3070 or 3070 Ti, let's move over to the OBS settings if you plan to stream this game. So what you want to do is you want to open up settings, right? Your OBS settings. You want to go to output. Now this is I'm assuming that you have a capable CPU and you're running a 1 PC stream setup like I am, where you run with your encoder of the NVIDIA GPU, the NVENC software there on. But because the game is so graphically intense, I would advise that you put the encoder, that you change the encoder to software X264, that's to the CPU. So assuming you have a capable CPU, either Ryzen 7 3700X or higher, or you have an i5 12th gen or 13th gen like I do, I'd say put that load off on the CPU, make it last better. Because when I did my first 2 streams on this game, I ran the encoder off of NVENC, and man, I had a really bad experience streaming the game and playing it. But when I did a test stream with these settings, the game was running much smoother. It was running at 60 FPS, between 50 and 60 FPS, 55 to 60 FPS, which was much smoother. It wasn't dropping below 40. So what you want to do is put your encoder settings. Okay, so you put it to software X264, and if you want to do recording, well, set that as well to X624. Encoder preset, I have mine as faster, so you can do it at very fast, right? That would be medium CPU usage, which is standard quality, and fast, which is higher CPU usage but will be a higher quality. I've put mine at faster, but I might change this because I'm still playing around with the settings, guys. And yeah, that is the OBS settings that you want to apply that. And yeah, that is the OBS settings. Now, like I said, everyone's experience could be different. Your experience could be different from mine depending on your hardware. But yeah, that's why I say I strongly advise that you do a test stream on Facebook Gaming or YouTube. I'm not sure if Twitch allows, because I don't stream on Twitch. I'm sure it does. Do a test broadcast first, playing a section of the game, running a test broadcast, and test out the settings. That way when you go live, you won't hit into you won't have unpleasant, well, I'm gonna say you won't have an unpleasant experience. With that being said, the game is still in the process of being fixed. We can only hope that it gets better, but with the latest update that was released, it has become more, I'm gonna say, it's a smoother gameplay. So let me know, guys, in the comments below what setup you're running, if these settings work for you, if you're running the same setup, the same GPU, or what GPU you have and you try these settings and if it worked for you. Or yeah, let me know in the comments below. Let's get to the discussion on this, and we can revisit the video on that. As always, guys, I do appreciate the support. Hit that subscribe button. Follow me on Facebook Gaming as well. I stream on Facebook Gaming and YouTube Gaming, so be sure to check me out there, and I'll be streaming more of this game pretty soon. Until next time, guys, catch you on the next video. RAMPAGE out. Peace.